That snaps for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
Brandon,
Yeah,
you want one quick
we
question?
can't ask Rashad questions.
Hey, Rashad.
To this now, the Doechii joint, right? So Doechii, she went viral yesterday for a clip of her on Hot Ones with her DJ Miss Milan, and they were just talking about they were talking about what are my red flags for dating, and she said her red flags with dating was being a straight man, and this caused up like just a bunch of controversy, and a woman in particular was like, what did she say? She said, hold on, I'm gonna stop sharing the screen. She said in particular, can we just have someone normal represent us, I guess, as in black woman or black people and stuff like that? Because Doechii's kind of like the latest black it girl in Hollywood and entertainment and Hollywood and stuff like that. And my response to that is you just look at creatives, and creatives are naturally weird people because they see the world through a different lens. It's like to be creative, you have to think in a way that people don't think. Most people, most normal people think or operate. When you think of Erica Badu, she's very eccentric. It's very just like, oh, Grand Rising. You know what I'm saying? It's very like the soap, the moon, the stars, the grass, and it's like, okay, all right, you okay? You know what I'm saying? Like that's just who creatives are. A lot of people, there's a YouTube video that's titled like theater kids are saving the music industry, thank you, or you're welcome, or something like that. And you think about how dramatic Doechii is. She's obviously a theater kid. Like when she performs, like the amount of the over performance she does, so it comes across to the crowd that she's doing kind of like the right amount of energy and the right amount of stuff. That all comes from theater class and stuff like that. And it's the same thing with Tyler the Creator, of how he does a lot. It's like, yeah, steps like this, or even when he raps, if he'll rap something that's like, say pudding, but he'll call it, and he talked about this in his interview in 2018 with Gerard Carmichael, talking about Flower Boy, right? When he was talking about rose colored cheeks, and the so and so, to like, to describe pudding, he'll say like a um but the pudgy substance of the but you know what I'm saying? Something like different, like the dessert and the sweet of the pudgies. He'll say it in a different way. And it's something that's so dramatic when you could have just said, uh, I got a bowl of pudding, or you know what I'm saying, I got a pouch of pudding and I put it in my bag and I go to class and I do it. You know what I'm saying? You could say something like that versus this liquidy substance that's packaged in a plastic container. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's very dramatic, everything he does. But the dramatics just show how much he really puts into it. Um, and same thing, you know what I'm saying? Even with Drake. Even with Drake, we can say a lot about Drake, and oh, it comes across as corny, woo woo, da 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 da. I'd rather Drake be corny and show that he tries than act like he doesn't care and not try, bro. I'm all for people being cringe. I'm all for people being cringe, coming off corny, because it's like life is literally too short. And I think the most innovative ideas and creativity comes out of the risk of coming across as cringe or corny or weird. So it's like Doechii saying this and Doechii acting the way she acts, and y'all say, can we just have a normal black person represent us, or can we just have a normal black girl represent black women? Um, it's never existed. Like there's never been a normal, innovative, genre bending, genre shifting, culture forward pushing, thinking creative. Missy Elliott, Sierra, Beyonce. If you look at Beyonce's Instagram, she's pretty weird. It's like, what the heck is this woman thinking about? Like, it's like she'll post like, remember, I haven't been on Instagram in a little minute, but like I remember when I was a few years ago with Beyonce, and Beyonce's Instagram was like literally her in like a empty skating rink, and it'll be like a montage of just photos, and she'll just be and the music will be like it was weird. Like, and people just kind of let it fly, I guess, because it was Beyonce, but it was really weird. Like Donald Glover, you guys know how weird he is, and one of the more innovative people in it and stuff like that. I don't know. I think I follow a lot of artists, a lot of underground artists, and a lot of the most innovative artists, like the artists, because Earl Sweatshirt said the real innovation, real creativity, the real change starts in the underground. The mainstream kind of just poaches from the underground, what's popping in the underground, stuff like that. So I follow a lot of underground artists and stuff like that, independent artists, people doing some really dope stuff, making crazy videos on a limited budget, all of those things. And um, what did I want to say with that? What did I want to say with that? What I wanted to say with that was, hold on. I'm sorry, I got thrown off. It always throws me off with the little iMessage thing, and I'm like, ah. Okay, but it was okay. Let me go back. Let me go back. It always throws me off. I forgot my point. I'm not even gonna hold you. I forgot my point. I forgot my point. But I'm saying all this to say that, oh yes, underground artists, independent artists. So I follow them on social media, and at some points they just go on rants and tangents about like nothing. And he was like, "Is this person okay?" And you might reach out to them and be like, "Yo, you good?" Or like, "Hey, like, hope you're doing well." And they'll be like, "Oh, I love you, man. Like, thank you." And then they'll like might continue to rant or be like, "Just because I went on this rant doesn't mean that I'm not okay. I'm okay." And it's like, I don't know. I say all this to say creatives are weird people, bro. Regardless. And I think the best creatives, the more innovative you are, your mind has to think on a different frequency than what is considered the societal norm. Because if you thought in the box of what the societal norm is, then you won't create anything that the world hasn't seen before. And so that's why I'm like, you guys are mad at Doechii for not being normal. Everybody great and everybody that takes stuff to the next level isn't normal. Like Kobe, we can go to sports, right? You think about Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, those dudes aren't normal. Like LeBron, you know what I'm saying? When Dwayne Wade was telling the story of him with the Miami Heat, he goes to sleep at a certain time, he takes a nap at a certain time, he has a certain routine. On the plane, every time on the plane we go to a different game, Brian asks, "Where are my cookies? Where are my cookies at? I need my cookies." Every single time at a specific hour on the flight, on the way to the next destination, on the way to the next game. Like that type of stuff isn't normal. You know what I'm saying? Like people aren't like, okay, it's time for me to sit in this chamber, this ice chamber for an hour, sit in the ice tub for 45 minutes on the dot, get out here, lift weights for 45 minutes a day, um, put up shots for an hour and 45 minutes a day, every single day. Like, that's not normal stuff, bro. Like, that's some psychotic behavior to reach a level that nobody's ever seen with the final product. Kobe Bryant doing the 2 workouts in the morning, doing the workout, going to sleep at 9, waking up at 2. Excuse me. Getting to the Lakers practice facility at 3 a.m., working out from 3 a.m. to 5 a.m., going back home, showering, eating breakfast, taking his kids to school, and then going back to practice uh, uh, from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. No, working out from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m., doing practice from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., then going home, taking a break, taking a nap from 12 to 2 p.m., and then going back for another shoot around from 4 to 6 p.m. Like, that stuff is not normal, bro. Like, that's some psychotic behavior. But I think you have to think outside of something that is considered the norm to be beyond normal. It's just kind of, I don't know. It makes sense to me. So I don't know why people are getting mad at Doechii for not being a normal person. Um, I think anybody with a creative bone in their body, or anybody creative beyond the norm, is not normal. You take the results, you get what you get with it. You know what I'm saying? Like with this person, they might create something that you're like, how does your brain even think of that? And then on the outside, they might do something where you're like, how does your brain even correlate the two? Like, it doesn't make sense. It just is what it. Michael Jackson, I'm kind of leave it at that. But Michael Jackson, bro, I think it's a prime example of a creative that doesn't think in the norm and is who he is. So it is what it is. Um, I did want to touch on the Holly.
that steps for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but
Change or Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
We can't ask Rashad questions.
Hey, Rashad.